One day YouTube, how y'all doing? Welcome back to my very Guyanese channel where I do me, of course. Today I'm taking you guys along with me to Essequibo. Here we are right now at the park. I'm going to Parica Park to get a bus to head to Parica and then to Essequibo. There's Demico. I haven't been in a bus in about 9 months, so this is also new to me again. But I'd like to take you guys along with me, so here we are. I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you are a new subscriber, welcome to my channel, and if you are an old subscriber, thank you for returning and looking at today's video. Remember, your likes help my videos to do well on the YouTube algorithm, and your comments help YouTube to see that I'm engaging you in content. So I hope you guys enjoy today's video. Right now we're leaving the Parica Park to head to Parica. As you can see, even though we have a pandemic going on, Guyana is quite busy. Well, Guyana is always quite busy, so yeah. Some people are wearing their masks in the bus and some people aren't, but I definitely was wearing mine and I was careful to sanitize my hand. So here we are leaving Georgetown en route to Parica. I hope you guys enjoy this commentary because I have to do a voiceover since I couldn't talk while I was doing it because I'm still new to doing vlogging. So here I am. We're making our way to the East Bank. Here you can see East La Penitence Market. Yes, they have market there in those little shops, and alongside the road on, I think it's Sundays, yes, they have market day, and you would see a lot of vendors selling fruits, provisions, haberdashery, whatever it is that they have to sell, you would see them selling it there. So here we are making our way close to what we call Back Road. It's in the RUIMVELDT area. This area is especially an industrial area, so you will see a lot of trucks and a lot of large buildings because this side is known as the industrial RUIMVELDT. So yep, we're making our way now past Back Road. You will see that in view in just a few. So yep, here we are passing Back Road. Guyana is such a beautiful place, isn't it? Like I said, here is industrial, so you'll see a lot of like beverage places, a lot of places that sell food and so on. Not many houses in this particular part of the East Bank, but yeah. So here we are in the residential part of East Bank. You won't see the houses up close because they're a little back into the residential area, but nonetheless Guyana is beautiful. And here we are passing the overcross, we call it. Here's me in the bus just chilling. We're not walking, we're traveling along the East Bank here, passing another overpass, and what you will see next is the Harbour Bridge that is coming up soon. So the Harbour Bridge is the longest floating bridge, I believe, yep, in the world. So that's something to be proud of as a Guyanese. And when you are crossing the Harbour Bridge, you pay a toll, so you'll see us doing that shortly. And we're leaving Georgetown. Bye Georgetown, see you soon. So yes, larger vehicles go in a different part, and the buses and cars go this part that we are in. So the driver is paying the toll and we'll drive off in a few. Everybody is just chilling in the bus. So we're about to go on to the Harbour Bridge. I hope you guys enjoy looking at the scenery because it really is beautiful. The Harbour Bridge is beautiful. There we are leaving the toll station and going onto the bridge. This bridge was the idea of one of our former presidents, Burnham. So he had this idea of making this metal bridge. There you can see there are weights on all two sides that hold the bridge together, and when large ocean-going vessels are going to pass over it, the bridge has an opening where no vehicle is allowed to pass for like an hour or so. There you can see Stabroek Market, the back of Stabroek Market. If you are Guyanese and you remember when you were a child and they had tours, this would be one of the attraction sites that they would take you to see the Harbour Bridge. Well, not to take you, well, when you're passing to come to Georgetown in the bus, they would like slow down and the teachers would explain, okay, this is the Harbour Bridge and it's the longest floating bridge in the world and so on. So you would look forward to it every tour time, even though you would have seen it before, because you would be in awe at a bridge floating and just being held together by weights. So it's quite an awesome sight to look at and something to be proud of if you're Guyanese. So yeah, this bridge is something to be proud of. It is the means for many Guyanese to go to and from Georgetown to the west side and back. So a lot of traffic passes through here. I hope they get another bridge soon, something similar to this one, so that traffic on both sides can, you know, flow freely, because in the mornings it's hectic to get to work and in the afternoons even more hectic. And when the bridge has problems, people have to stay on either side until the bridge is fixed. But nevertheless, we love our bridge. So here we are making our way onto the west side. They love to say that the west side is the best side. Now there's two sides. One that takes you where they have Stanley Town, and then the side that we're going takes us where we have Stewartville. I can't remember what you call them. I'm so not good with describing locations, but here you are. You see Pizza Hut, their fruit selling. There's a housing scheme here. You call this, oh my gosh, it's not coming to mind right now, but a lot of people live in this housing scheme. It's a new housing scheme. There you have an Anglican church. Yes, and we're passing. If you notice, along the way you will see a lot of people selling fruits, because Guyana has a lot of fruit trees. And you will also see West End Primary School. Shout out to everyone that went to West End Primary School. You will also see a lot of different kinds of houses, because Guyanese got very creative and competitive with making their homes. So yes, all kinds of styles and colors you will see. There were some big houses that I didn't remember I was passing them and didn't get footage of it, but when you see them, you're left in awe. Yes, so here we are passing the Ministry of Education on that side. You will see Nalico, GTM, and here we are approaching GBTI. I used to work at GBTI, but not this one. Yes, so as you can see, Guyana is full of greenery and also full of concrete buildings, but I think the greenery outruns the concrete buildings. So we breathe a lot of clean air over here, I must say. And this is Vreeden Hoop we're passing. If I were to take Vreeden Hoop, I would take the boat from Georgetown and come to Vreeden Hoop and then take a bus from right here and then reach to Perico. But I choose to take the bus because it's definite. You don't have to come out, and you know, when you take the Vreeden Hoop buses, you have to come in and out of the bus because people use it for short drops. So I prefer to take the Perico bus, which will take me from Georgetown to Perico. No stopping. Well, we did have some stops in this bus, but they were long farther up the way. I hope you guys understand my Creoles, because I am Guyanese after all, and I grew up in the countryside, so my Creoles will come out from time to time. Nonetheless, I hope you understand me, especially if you're a foreigner. I hope you understand me. If not, leave a question in the comment section, or I'll try my best to reply to them. So that you saw there with a lot of water, it's a rice field, but when rain falls, the rice fields flood out. So that's what they look like. Here we're just making our way along the west side. en route to Perico, and the drive to Perico normally takes about 30 to 40 minutes. 20 minutes if you take a bus that is driving recklessly. And trust me, I've been in one of those buses before when I was late to catch the ferry, because if you don't catch the ferry and it's like 5:30, you better pray that you get the last speedboat. Here, this is a big Hindu idol. I forgot the name of this place, and we're now passing Kashi Dam, where the Hindus burn their dead. So yeah, you can see wood chopped up there to burn dead people. Quite interesting to see. So I think this area is called Windsor Forest. So here somebody is making a stop. Bye. Yes, so she made her stop, and we're still moving. So the fare to Perico in a bus is $500. There are also taxis that take you to Perico, but I've never done that because that is quite expensive. So I don't know the price for that, but I know the buses very well, and I know if you take a bus from VREED to Perico, it's like half the amount, so it's like $260. So yeah, this drive is quite a long one, but we're nearing Perico. I wanted to show you guys the track that the road that they take when you're nearing. I wanted to show you guys the road that they take when you're nearing Perico, but unfortunately this bus did not take the road. They took instead a shorter way to get to the Stelling. So here we are turning from the road and into the shortcut. So in the next clip you will see me arriving at the Perico car park. Here I am. Here has a lot of fruits. I wanted to show you guys the fruits that are on that side, but unfortunately probably next time when I travel again or when I'm coming back I might just do another vlog. But here we are leaving the bus. I'm going to pay him, and you will see that we walked to the back of the bus to get my bag, but the lady that was sitting next to me, she took my bag from under the seat and put it on the seat when we went to the back. So here I am collecting my bag, and the people in Perico and in Essequibo know me very well. So here you see a guy taking my bag, and he helped me fetch my bag all the way to the Stelling, and I was so grateful for it because I was able to hold my camera and video. So a lot of selling goes on here, and during Christmas time there are even more stalls, and you see things like walnuts, apples, cherries. You see a lot of bananas and grapes, red grapes, black grapes, and it just makes you so warm and fuzzy inside. I always love to walk past that, especially Christmas time. Here is the Perico Stelling. So you can see that there. I tried to slow down the video so you can see the sign, but unfortunately I didn't get a good shot because I didn't want to point the camera at people's faces. I kind of had it a little lower down. So in the next clip you will see people standing up right about here. Yes, when we go inside you will see people standing. They're waiting for the ferry. So this is the office that you pay to get a ticket to go on the ferry, but I'm not taking the ferry today because I wanted to show you guys the speedboat and how awesome it looks. The Essequibo River looks from a speedboat. It's very breathtaking and beautiful, and besides, if I took the ferry it would take me like an hour and a half to reach home, and I just couldn't wait to see my family. There you can see one of the ferries. I think this one goes to Bartico, and that big one there goes to Essequibo. It takes an hour and a half. So yep, everybody was saying hi to me, and I always feel so nice when I'm going home because everybody, you can depend on somebody knowing you. Here another guy takes my bag, a student of my mom, a former student of my mom. So he took the bag from the other guy and took it down to the boat. So I was so blessed and lucky that day. Thank you God that people helped me to take my bag so I could just video. And here we are making our way to the speedboat. I'm lucky to get one. If you come here like Boxing Day or Christmas Eve, you would have to spend a very long time to get a boat. So before these boats got sheds, they used to be open, so you would see everyone in the boat and you would get wet when the boat would drive. But now by law they have to make them with sheds and windows sometimes, but you have to have leatherettes. And well, they don't have leatherettes now, but they have life jackets. You have to have life jackets. So here I'm in boat pretending to fix my glasses so I could get a shot of everyone at the back. And now you will basically see what the Essequibo River looks like. The boat ride takes about 30 to 40 minutes, but sometimes if the water is not rough and it's washing, as we would say, or calm, you would take like about 20 minutes sometime. But this day the water was very, very rough, and I don't like to sit in the front seat, but it was the only boat that was filling and I didn't want to wait, so I sat in the front. It's not good for a woman to sit in the front of the boat because, you know, things can happen and hurt your stomach, and so we were always warned as children not to sit in the front seat, but I took my precautions. Look at that wonderful water. I always love to put my hands outside. So we're leaving Perico and we're en route to Essequibo, the very friendly county in Guyana. Clean, friendly, and the air is clean and pure, and it's so serene. You rest so well when you're in Essequibo, at least I do. Look at that beautiful water. Oh my gosh, Guyana is beautiful. But it is expensive as a Guyanese to visit your own country, but the foreigners, when they come, it's nothing to them, so they see places that we don't even see, and that's kind of a disadvantage for us, that we don't even get to explore our own beautiful country, and the foreigners come and they explore it and enjoy it more than us. But what you will see is that along the Essequibo River there is a lot of greenery, and it's just breathtaking. Sometimes you would see snakes hanging from the trees, and that's kind of scary, but we get accustomed to it. And by the way, I don't know how to swim, so that was one thing we were never allowed to do as children, to go and swim, because my grandmother was afraid that we would drown. But yet she would allow me to travel to and from Essequibo to Perico without anybody with me when I was in high school. Anyway, I just say my prayers and travel from Perico to Essequibo and from Essequibo to Perico, because I do not know how to swim, and I pray to God all the time that I don't drown. And I pray that that will never happen to me or my sisters or anyone. Anyway, enough of the rambling. Just look at how pristine that view is. Let me tell you, it's very calming. If you go from Perico to Essequibo and you start out the journey with a headache, I guarantee you, by the time you reach the Essequibo, you will feel relaxed, because the breeze and the water just displaying for you will calm you down and you get relaxed. So yes, everyone, here is the Essequibo River in all her glory, just performing a grand performance for you. I wish you guys were in the boat with me, but these videos will have to do for now. We just saw a landing there, and this route that we took, we didn't see much other landings, and you would normally see people's houses and so on. Like in the far back there you would see houses and so, but not in this time around. I guess it's because the water was rough, we had to stay more in the middle. Yes, look at the Essequibo River, so beautiful and gorgeous. The only thing that was wrong this day was that the water was very rough, and some people in the boat, they were scared, but I'm accustomed to it. One time at Christmas, I was traveling Christmas Eve. The water was so high, it was up to the Stelling, and I chose to travel late in the afternoon just to surprise my grandmother and my aunt and my sister and my grandfather. And let me tell you, that was a very frightening experience, because traveling in the evening at Christmas time, it gets dark very quickly, and I never reached until 6 o'clock. Let me tell you, adults were screaming in the boat because the water was so rough and high, and water was coming into the boat. I think I did that once again. just for the thrill of it, you know. Little children don't know danger. Well, I wasn't little, I was a teenager, but nonetheless, that was an experience. Anyway, we're nearing Supenaam, so that is what you can see there. Here I am just taking it all in because I don't get to do this very often since I became married and, you know, work and stuff like that. Before, I used to travel every holiday: Christmas, Easter, August, and March. But now I just get to do it whenever I'm on leave or a weekend or so. So here we are approaching the Supenaam Stelling, and I just start to get all the feels when I reach home, you know. It's sad sometimes because I know I'm not coming home to see my grandmother because she's not here with us anymore. But I love Essequibo because it's where I learned everything, and it's where I got all my first education and everything. So Essequibo is very dear to me. I hope you enjoy the little tour of my village that I will give you. Well, not quite tour, just a little snippet of what Essequibo Coast looks like. I live in the first village, and that is Good Hope, so the trip wouldn't be that long. And here I am just paying my fare. It's $1,500 to go across from Perica to Essequibo. It was $1,300 before, but I figure now because of COVID and we have to space out in the boat, they're compensating for that. So yep, that's what Supenaam looks like. And the stelling, it's a wood stelling. Here I am counting my change to make sure I have the correct change and asking them if it's $1,500. Yes, so making our way up to Supenaam Stelling, newly built, and I'm pleasantly surprised because the last time I was here it was still being constructed. So yes, it's a nice stelling. And here in Essequibo we have taxis only. You hardly see buses, and everyone, instead of one person taking a taxi at a time, you take a taxi with several people in it. So when you join a taxi here, it's you and about 3 other people in the taxi. So the fare for me to go from this stelling to the short distance that you will see I go, it's $500 because I go short drop, that's what we call it. So they don't cater for short drop people, so you have to end up paying a lot of money. Normally I would walk because I think it's robbery, they're robbing me. So I normally walk home, but I had a lot of stuff and plus I was recording, so I just decided that I would take the car, and he told me it was $400, but I ended up paying $500. He said he didn't have change. Nonetheless, I was glad to be home. So here I am entering my village, leaving Supenaam and entering Good Hope. So many little houses. These houses in Essequibo are country style, so you wouldn't see a lot of concrete buildings, especially in my village. You would see a lot of wooden buildings, and we don't have a lot of rich people in this area, just humble people. See, you saw one concrete house, you see another one, but most of them are wooden buildings. And that's it, guys. I'm almost home. Thank you guys for looking at this video. If you stayed to the end, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.